it's MK and I am back with another Mixed Media Mayhem, and today we are going to scrap lift this amazing layout right here. Now, again, I am going to try to show you guys the easiest and simplest way to recreate a layout just like this, even though it's not going to look just like this. So first thing I did was I went into my label bin and pulled out my brown labels. I also have this sticker book by Vicki Boutin that I am slowly working my way through, and I seem to be pulling out all the like colors. So for this particular one, I pulled out the yellow orangey ones. I've already used the blues and the greens and of course all my other favorite colors. So it's getting and dwindling down to pretty much just the pink ones. Now I do have this, I do have this set of used up Heidi Swapp. It was kind of like one of those things. I know now I'm behind on my voiceover, I apologize, but it's kind of one of those things where you peeled off the top and then you could foil it or glitter it or do whatever to the top of it. So I have that. I have this really cool, keep up with the voiceover. I have this embossing folder that I plan on using instead of paste and a stencil. Then I have a Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Foundation paper, as well as some watercolor paper that I picked up somewhere from Stampin' Up. They're only, I believe, 6x9 pieces. And what I plan on doing is running them through my die cut machine. And because it's watercolor paper and quite a bit thick, they are going to need to be sprayed down so that way the paper is a little bit more flexible. I also showed you guys a piece of rice paper that I will be using as well that was gifted to me by one of my amazing viewers, you guys. Speaking of that, besides what I'm about ready to do is I can't imagine, oh my gosh, you guys, here I am stumbling over the words because I just can't express how grateful I am for you guys. I don't know how to say it. In all honesty, when I get a surprise in the mail, it's amazing and unexpected, completely unexpected, you guys. I can't thank you enough for your generosity, for one thing. I'm babbling all over myself. I feel like I'm just like, flopping my tongue out there and just, Googling over you guys, because it's you guys that inspire me, in all honesty and truth be told. You guys inspire me to be more creative. You guys inspire me to think outside the box. It's all of you guys that inspire me. So with that being said, I just took my Distress Oxide inks that I did not even show you guys what colors I used, which is Vintage Photo, Frayed Burlap, and brushed corduroy, 2 oxides, and the Vintage Photo was a distress ink. And I put them on my glass mat, wetted them down so I had a watercolor to work with, and then I just colored them so that way the raised portions of the embossing folder would pop up just like the raised portions of the paste that was used in the sample layout. So it's a no mess, no fuss type of, it is messy. I have to admit it is messy because there's cleanup. Every time you do mixed media, there is always some sort of cleanup in a way. But this is one of those things that if you really are scared to start with a blank canvas, you can always start with a smaller piece of paper, make a mess on it, and if it works, it does. If it doesn't, throw it away and start over again. So like I said, I am just trying to show you guys how you can confidently recreate a layout like this without starting with a full 12x12 piece of paper. I took 2 watercolor pieces of paper, ran them through an embossing folder, colored them with the colors I chose because, I'm always scrapbooking about dirt for some weird reason. It's just weird. And then I ripped them and put them in a, it's not exactly a heart shape, but it is kind of a V shape if you look at it. But I wanted to keep it kind of in the square shape because it seems like when you are working at a mine site, which all of these photos are photos of my husband, either they're of my husband's service truck or they are pictures that he has taken himself. And you always see, when he's in the pit, you always see the tiered layers of them digging down each tier to get down closer into the, into the ore type of deal. And so I just always think of squares and linears and things like that when it comes to photos of the mine site. All right. So one of the things I discovered when I tried to pull out these Heidi Swapp pieces from the packaging that I had them in. Now, the packaging I had them in was not their original packaging, to be honest. It was just an extra little Thickers packaging that I had. I had to rip it to get it unstuck from these letters. So what I decided to do, because, why not? I wanted to get the stickiness off, but I didn't know if it was going to be thick enough for me to add another layer of foil like I did. So I decided to do embossing powder. Yeah, that stuff. And I totally melted everything. I melted the plastic sheet that they came on. I melted the letters because they're just foam. Completely melted. And they look like poo. But I am bound and determined to completely use them. So the good life, especially the word life, is wrinkled and old and looks wrinkled. It's bad, you guys. But I wanted to use it, and you can't even tell that I put any embossing powder on it at all. I can't tell if it's textured because it's wrinkled or if it's textured because of the embossing powder. I just don't know these things. But whatever. Right? I'm still going to use it. It still looks good on the page. In fact, now it kind of sort of matches the page. So what I'm doing here is I am just going around my photos, and in all reality, all I'm doing is looking for blank spots. I'm looking for spots that need something. And I love these little circle bits that are from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club No Waste packaging. I just punched them all out, inked them in, it's a close to my heart ink called Espresso. I really like the coffee stained look of espresso. Anyways, I inked them in that, which, I don't know why, because I tucked all the white bits underneath the photos. So you can't even tell I inked them, but it makes me feel good that they're inked. And just basically put them all over the layout to where I felt like there was a blank spot that needed a dark color. I'm keeping this very monochromatic in a way. I've got yellows and browns going on throughout the whole layout. And then, of course, gold makes a really good yellow. And this one isn't very shiny at all, especially since I put the embossing powder on. It did kind of dull the gold a little bit. But like I said, they're so wrinkled, I can't even feel if they're embossed or not. But once I'm done trying to, put my title where the inspiration one has a title, put 2 clusters down where the inspiration has clusters. But then after I'm done with, what I feel like I am assigned to do, I go through and figure out what else I feel like my layout is missing. What spots or areas of interest do I feel like still need something? And so I just keep adding until I am done with, until I feel like I am done with the layout and I accomplished what I needed to. So anyways, this is my, my take on the Mixed Media Mayhem layout that we are lifting today. Like I said, there are a couple photos of my husband at work. Basically, either he's taking the photo of his service truck or somebody else is taking a photo of the service truck in a way. Or it's my husband taking a photo and sharing with me what is going on at the mine site that day. So I could go into further detail of what some of those photos are, but I wanted to talk more about the mixed media portion of it this go around, rather than, the details of the photos. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with the Mixed Media Mayhem group. All their links are down below in the description box below the video, and I will check y'all later. Bye.